Same kind of idea, some strong winds, but the rotation seems to be extremely broad. And so I don't see a particular point where it looks like a tornado would likely be on the ground. Sometimes these warnings are an abundance of caution, and very quickly things can change. A very small tornado can still produce a lot of damage, and they can happen for just a couple of minutes. Those are very typical of New England, especially South Coast types of situations where you get something that spins up, it's on the ground for a couple of minutes, and it's gone. And it can produce some significant issues. And so these are the situations where it's not classic like Oklahoma or Kansas where you're watching a supercell thunderstorm and you just know something is happening. Here it's more of a tropical atmosphere where there's the potential of something happening. There's another new scan that just came in and seeing a little bit of that rotation as well. It would be right over Great Island here and over just the coast of Yarmouth. So we're basically right around Lewis Bay here, just pushed off toward the east or right over Kelmis Beach. And this is going to continue to move off toward the east. It's basically skirting along the coastline and making its way right over the ferry terminal. If you're familiar with the High Line and the steamship right there, there is some weaker rotation showing up on radar, and so that would be the most likely spot for something to happen right now. And then crossing over to South Yarmouth and then continuing onward if that rotation can hold together. So this is the spot where you definitely want to be in the lowest level of the house or away from any interior windows until the storm moves on past, as it's moving east at about 30. Farther off toward the bay side of the Cape, just some strong wind gusts right now. Don't see any rotation there at the moment, but across Sandwich, Sandy Neck, and over toward West Dennis, and now moving into Dennis, that's where we have some strong winds. The strongest here are out over the water right now, just over Nantucket Sound, and so that's where you have some very strong wind gusts that are showing up there. Farther off toward the west, the severe risk is certainly much lower. I can show you the broader picture, and again, people have been asking about the Boston area. Metro West, it's raining heavily, but we're not talking about any severe weather there. It is all with this cluster, which is now pretty much entirely over Cape Cod and Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard, you're just about in the clear as that lightning is moving off toward the east, and it looks like that will miss Nantucket, but it'll essentially cross all of Cape Cod over the next 45 minutes.